Hey everybody, Zach Furnace 9 here back with another Movie Members Monday. I think this is 140 or 141. I had to redo this entire video because I didn't realize my phone's camera only has about 7.5 minutes of recording time. It keeps on fluctuating between that to 15 minutes. And I don't know why. My memory on my phone keeps on thinking it's full in 1 minute and not as full as it thinks in another. But anyways, Shrek Forever After was the obviously final movie from the films, and this was released back in 2010. I was just about, I think it was like a junior, junior in high school. Yeah, because I graduated, no, I was a senior because it came out, I think, late in 2010. So I was a senior in 2010, graduated the following year. But anyway, Shrek Forever After was pretty much my third favorite Shrek film. I probably still think Shrek 1 is my favorite. Shrek 2 is my second favorite. Then I would probably say Shrek 4 and then Shrek 3. 3 is not the worst movie ever, but it's definitely my least favorite Shrek until 5. But I don't count that as canon because it looks like a terrible woke movie, and I knew it would be. Modern DreamWorks is not the same as they used to be. They don't make fun, creative movies as much as they used to. And that's kind of sad because they ruined Kung Fu Panda with 4. Ugh, don't want to get into that. But anyways, Shrek 4 was about pretty much he is living his life that he loves with his wife and his kids. And he starts, and he wants to do things that he wants to do again, kind of like when he was a ogre before he got married. But that doesn't happen until I think like either weeks goes by. I can't tell if it's weeks or months go by, and he's kind of getting used to this repetitiveness of his life with his kids, his wife, the friends of his like Donkey, and then obviously the people who are there to kind of see him as like a side attraction. I guess they kind of like go to his home, the swamp, and he gets annoyed by it. And he later runs into this annoying villain who is called Rumpelstiltskin, who is known for making schemes to trick people into giving what he wants in return to something that makes it seem like it's something that they want by taking something of theirs. So for Shrek, it was his date of birth. He was not born. So in that alternate timeline, Fiona wasn't rescued, and that the babies weren't ever born. When Shrek finally figures that out, he gets furious and tries to find Rumpelstiltskin. He gets captured later on, but then he escapes when he runs into Stiltskin and wants to actually kill him. So he gets to escape, and this was after he met Donkey, re-met Donkey. And it was a very hilarious scene. Donkey's obviously great because he's played by Eddie Murphy, an absolutely hilarious actor. Not my favorite actor, but definitely one of my top favorite voice actors. He's hilarious. Shrek 4, I do think the plot is really good because it shows of how he misses his family, and he would do anything to get his family back, even at the cost of losing his life. So pretty much at the end of the movie, he wins with the other ogres that they come to find that Fiona's in charge of. They plot together to take Rumpelstiltskin out, and they do successfully win. But Shrek was disappearing from the wish that he made from Stiltskin, and because of that, he was starting to disappear. But beforehand, he hands Fiona the baby doll that Felicia had. Felicia, Fergus, and Farkle. They're triplets, and those are the 3 names that he and Fiona really wanted for kids one day. And she realizes that after so many times for him trying to flirt with her, Fiona's character in this movie was not my favorite during the middle part when she was in the alternate world where she wasn't rescued. A little too harsh for Shrek, but she definitely comes around very, very well with Shrek at the end again. I do think it is, story-wise, really good. I think a good way to end it. I don't have no interest, like I said, in seeing the next movie because it doesn't look good at all. And then Shrek's final movie, so it was good. There was a lot of good humor. The animation was well done. And then some of my favorite gags was obviously with Donkey and Shrek when they first reunite again. And then Puss in Boots being fat was hilarious. I just kind of wish they would have done a joke where he was, like they referenced Garfield in some way because he's the orange cat who is fat. So that would have made absolutely hilarious sense to do that. They didn't do it, unfortunately, but it was still a funny movie. It was really creative. Wasn't my absolute favorite of the four. It's still my third favorite just because I think Shrek 1 and 2 were such great movies. They were not perfect. No movie's perfect, but those two were really good. But I would put this one right below 2. But 3 is definitely my least favorite. Not the worst, but not the best. But anyway, tell me in the comments below what you guys and girls think about this video. What do you think of Shrek 4 Forever After? This is my copy I've had now for years. Which version do you own? And see you guys next time, and God bless.